You may have invisible stripes on your skin right now, drawn before you were born and politely hidden under your everyday skin tone like the body said, no need to mention the tiger draft. Welcome back to Tidbits. Today we are opening the skin's secret sketchbook layer, where a tiny doodle artist has labelled a blank human outline final version, while faint pencil stripes are still peeking through. Those stripes have a real name, Blaschko lines. They are the mostly invisible construction paths your skin cells followed while you were developing, and once in a while, certain skin changes can make the old map show up again. The map was named after Alfred Blaschko, a German dermatologist who described it in 1901 after studying unusual skin markings that kept showing up in strangely consistent paths. Not random polka dots, not neat left-right symmetry, more like V-shapes running down the back, S-shaped swirls across the chest and belly, wavy roots over the head, and long streaks travelling down arms and legs. Very dramatic for something most of us never see. And here is the necessary little margin note. These are not tattoos, not scars, not veins, not nerves, and sadly, not proof that you are a lightly disguised jungle cat. The reason they exist goes all the way back to the time when your body was still putting itself together, cell by cell, with no ruler and a lot of commitment. Early skin cell groups spread and multiplied like someone filling in a colouring page from different starting points. One little family of cells made more cells, and that family expanded along a curved route as your growing body stretched and folded around it. Nearby cell families did the same. Over time, their paths met and blended, leaving behind faint developmental pencil lines beneath the watercolour. And here is where the sketchbook gets weirdly specific. Blaschko lines do not match the obvious wiring. They do not trace blood vessels. They do not follow lymph vessels. They do not line up neatly with nerve paths. So for doctors, they behave less like plumbing or electrical diagrams and more like a secret atlas left by construction workers who packed up before opening day. Your skin is not one flat paint colour. It is more like a patchwork made so neatly that the seams usually disappear. Most people never notice any of this because normal skin does a very convincing cover-up job. Your everyday skin tone acts like a soft watercolour wash over the pencil sketch, and the tiny eraser in the corner gets to say, "Nothing to see here," with entirely too much confidence. If neighbouring cell groups make similar pigment and similar texture, their borders blur into one smooth-looking surface. The old roots are still there in the history of the tissue, but visually the page looks clean. Sometimes, though, the invisible ink warms up. Certain pigment differences, some birthmarks, lichen striatus, and other line-following skin conditions can make parts of the pattern visible, like lemon juice writing darkening under a lamp. The lines themselves are not the problem, they are the road a visible change may travel on. So if a rash curves in a strange swoop instead of spreading like a blob, it may be following an old developmental road, one your skin laid down before you had fingerprints, eyebrows, or opinions about socks. So the secret tiger stripes are real, but not in the costume party way. Your skin is not secretly turning into a tiger. It is carrying an old draft of you, a quiet record of how your cells spread, divided, met their neighbours, and then got painted over for daily life. And I love that. Ordinary bodies keep margin notes from how they were made. As always, stay curious. And if you have another tiny body oddity or little science question for the Tidbit sketchbook, send it my way. The doodle artist is closing the cover now, but the human outline is absolutely giving one tiny striped wink.